Okay, guys, so it just so happens that I was bored in between either playing a game, making a game, doing something Inkstitch, or breaking my Linux install. My fault, not Linux. It's working again. Easy fix. Anyway, so I was looking around on the Inkstitch development GitHub and wanted to have a look at what was coming up. So I hit download zip, and it's interesting because you can click on fonts right here on GitHub, and you can see there's a lot of fonts. A lot of fonts that's not there in the previous version. I don't know when this is slated to release, and as a development version, some of these fonts either may go away, may get changed, may have more added by the time they do their official next release. So now I'm suddenly curious. I want to see them. I want to see them. Okay, so I have them downloaded. Anyway, I wanted to look at it, see what was new. So I'm going to, and all I did to get here on the home page, I hit code, I hit download zip. It downloads the whole everything folder structure. And then I went into fonts. Here's my Inkstitch default fonts, where I was going to remove the copies, but I decided that I shouldn't do that. So to get this to read, all I have to do is download Inkstitch main fonts, okay? So I'm going to go into Extensions Inkstitch, Font Management, and Custom Font Directory, and I'm going to change the one that I have to be Downloads Inkstitch Main and Fonts. Hit Select and Apply. That was pretty quick. I don't think I have to restart it for this to take effect. So we're going to go straight into lettering. And, okay, so there's a lot of, I think the ones with the star, the asterisk next to it, I think are the brand new ones. So that's good to know. I hope they stay there during the course of this video. I just want to, ooh, that one's neat. Okay, I'm going to get sidetracked a lot because I'm fascinated with these fonts because I know how to make them now. I have actually made one or two. One. I don't remember. I made one. I'll just say I made one. I made two, but I don't know if I'm sharing the second one yet. Anyway, and I do a lot of making fonts to create some of the custom work that I do. So I want to have a look. I'm going to type out something. What do we want to type out? Just, you know what? Let's just do the low-tech Linux thing that I've done a few times before. And this is Inkstitch Small. That's the default that comes up immediately upon. I'm going to move this over here in case it gets covered up. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Well, I can do that. Oh, that's I believe that's a cross stitch. Yeah. Well, says it right on it. AGS is a cross stitch, size 14. Awesome. It's got a built-in cross stitch font. That's cool. And Amiteclo. There's an Amiteclo small, and I guess weird. That was something. That was a Meta something else before. Very nice. I like it. And then Amiteclo small. Sweet. That's actually really nice. Okay, we've seen those. Apex Lake. We'll just do it to see if there's anything new about it. Large ornate capital letters. 38 glyphs. Can be reduced down to 80%. Some of these are really slow to load. Partly my system's not super bad greatest. A lot of Python code going on, I think. There's that one. I don't see anything different, but all of these could have been updated just to take out some minor little glitches that, like the video I did before, unnecessary and unnecessary lock stitches or what have you. It won't really show up on the screen. All right, let's go to some new ones here. When Aventurina. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. That was not bad. I'm going to skip that one. We already have it. That one and that one. What's something new here? Dino Mouse 72. Interesting. Definitely has an outline stitch. Looks like it's pretty not dense. What's the opposite of dense? I don't remember. Okay, continuing on. Emilio 20. I like it. I really like that one. That is very college-like. I love it. I love that one. Espresso Tiny. Probably going to be very similar to the Espresso Core, just smaller, I'm guessing. Yes, very, very similar, but it's smaller, I guess. It's an altered version of Espresso Core to allow a greater scaling down. The use of both thin thread 60 and thin needle 60 is mandatory. The altered embroidery parameters of this font allow to scale down the original Espresso font between 25% for a 5mm font. That is quite small, and 55% for and it gets cut off. Okay. Nice. I love it. We've seen the paper. We've seen the Simple Sands. Glacial Tiny 60. And that's actually one of my, I don't want to say complaints. That's one of the things that I do mention from time to time is it doesn't have anything built in for really small fonts. And if you're doing custom work for businesses or anything like that, I have found that most of the time you're doing a pocket and it requires very small stitch letters, fonts. And so I end up just about always having to make it. And I have been threatening for about 6 months now to make a small font and release it like I did the college, but I haven't yet. Anyway, so Glacial is a very tiny font at 100%. M stands at 5.6mm. Awesome. Thin thread 60 weight and thin needle 860 are mandatory. The glyphs cover many European languages. It can be reduced down to 40%. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Alrighty. Grand Hotel Marif and Grand Hotel Marif Small. The preview looks very nice. Absolutely outstanding. My minor gripe would be the NUX looks like NW or WX. It looks like NWX. So yeah, because look at the low, the W for the low, that W looks exactly like the U, which is Very disappointing. However, beautifully done. It's got, looks like it has an underlay of both centerline and zigzag. And I want to compare that to the small, whereas the small should have only one underlay. This font's an altered version to allow greater scale down. They use thin thread 60 and thin needle 60 are mandatory. Oh, that is pretty. That is very nice. And it looks like it only has center line underlay. Oh, outstanding. Love it. Love it. Okay, we have, I'm assuming that should be pronounced Monica or Monisha. Not sure. We'll go with Monica. Oh, nice cursive. Oh, I love the underlay of, I do this all the time on my own. This big low dipping L, part of the L, a capital L. I love it. I do that on my own all the time. We'd have to drag this X over for it to be over the top of that, but very minor little gripe. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see what else. Nam Scout. Nam Scout AGS. Large applique font of use approximately. It says Applique Font. Okay, so I should not be doing that same word. Let's change it to that. Because you wouldn't applique this whole line here unless you're stitching out a sheet pillowcase. Sweet. I'll have to load that one up. Eventually I'll load that one up. Maybe at the end of this, I'm going to load that one up and see if it does the first stitch, the first straight, the second straight, and then yeah. Okay. Moving on, Pacifico. There's a Pacifico and a Pacifico Tiny. Pacifico is a small satin column manuscript font of size, we go back, of size approximately 20 millimeter. It can be reduced down 80%, enlarged 140, and covering most Western European language needs. Very nice. Ooh, I like the this is better. Yes. I'm not in love with this, but it looks like it was done right. Oh, yes. It stops right here, and then the satin stitch picks up right here and goes down and around. Nice. Well done. Whoever designed that one. Well done. And Tiny is just going to be a smaller version. So I use Roman Agusa a lot. I love Roman Agusa. So I want to know what Roman AGS is. Based on Latin Modern Roman, 10 bold italic, capital M is 42.5 mils wide and wide? Oh, the whole letter wide. Okay. At 100% scale, can be scaled down 80% or 130%. Every satin has zigzag underlay. Nice. Very basic, very nice. That could work. That could actually work as a college type. Nice. And I want to see what Roman Agusa says. It actually says the same thing. I want to know if this changes up. Or if, I bet that Roman, I bet that first, I think it's, okay, it's the same one. This is the one that was previously from a previous install. This is the new one that we're looking at. And I think Roman AGS kind of takes the place of Roman Agusa. I think that's the case. And then the bicolors we already know about. That's these old ones. The next time they release a full release of Inkstitch, the installer should remove the old Inkstitch, and I think this Roman Agusa bicolor, those will probably be removed, replaced with Roman AGS and Roman AGS bicolor. That would be my guess. Okay. Sorte Fax Medium Initials. Oh, this is cool. This is for like doing monograms and such. That's cool. Well, I guess it's for doing monograms. See what it does on my long word here. This says Sorte Fax Medium Initials is satin stitch capital font of size 90, so it should change my entire word to all caps, which it did. 90 mil. It can be reduced down 70%, enlarged up to 200%. Wow. It contains 37 glyphs. A through Z, 0 through 9, in addition to 10 glyphs are used to store frames. Type any letter followed by any frame. Example, A or B or 7. To obtain a framed capital or number letter, some manual arranging of the frame may be needed. Okay, so type any letter followed by a frame. Example. Okay, let's try this. Oh, wow. Look at that. How sweet is that? That's pretty. All right, that is sweet. I wonder if, let's try a different frame and see if it does a different type frame. Or if it's the same thing. Oh, sweet. Look at that. I am in love with this font. Outstanding and awesome. So now we got to see what the comma looks like. And just to make it complete, we're going to see what the comma frame looks like. Cool. That is cool. That is very cool. Okay, so, and then an extra large, same thing, but large. All right. Looks like we've gone through them all. Oh, I didn't do that one, did I? Nick Ganley. Just a straight stitch. A tiny 1mm bean alphabet based on a 24-point Senior Studio Jean. Sweet. Do believe that's all of them. It looks like Learning Curve got updated. Hard to tell from the preview, but the preview definitely looks a little different. So I believe I did all of them. All right, before I close up, I did say I wanted to take a closer look at the Applique Font that's built in. So we're going to hit Apply and Quit. We're going to zoom in on this. It does look like there's some underneath going on. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this in a preview. Inkstitch, visualize and preview. And then we're going to run that preview really slow. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you could do it quite right because each letter is assigned its own thing. So that would be the showing you where it is. That would be, okay, that first one was tying it down. You put your fabric in there and then it stitches down. Is there any stops? There's no stops. So that's a problem too. Okay, so the first line would show you where it goes. The second one would theoretically be to tack it down, and now it's doing the satin stitch around it to clean up the edge after you've cut it. But you have to tell the machine to stop, and there's no stops in here. I think you could put stops. For example, I can do that first one, actually the second one as well. Inkstitch commands, attach command, stop. It closed. Now I want to look at it again. Because you have to get your fingers in there in order to get a fabric in there, and then you got to pull it out and cut the fabric so that when you put it back in, it can do that nice clean stitch around it, or satin stitch around it. Let's see if I have stops now. I do. And then this one would stitch down your fabric. And I'd actually need another stop there. Oh, you know what? My bad. They changed colors, and the change of colors will actually do that. So that's what that is. So you don't have to put the stops in there, as long as you're not on a machine like a 10 needle and you program your colors in and it just continues on. If you're on a single needle, each one of those color changes will stop the machine. So that's what that is. Okay. That's why there's different colors. Brilliant. Outstanding. Very good. Very good. I love it. Absolutely approve. Not that it matters if I approve or not. Absolutely perfect. All right. So that is the end of my little fonts sneak preview for the development version or development branch. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. Make an old trucker happy. So until next time, thanks for watching.